Well, greetings from beautiful Fort Lauderdale Beach. And today we're going to talk about the sea virus and how it's affect catamarans. So, what has happened is that due to travel restrictions, we can't fly to see yachts, to survey them, to sea trial them. And so this has put a hold on a number of deals. We also had a half a dozen deals canceled that were in progress. You know, we had deposits on boats, we had surveys that we were lining up, and well, that went down the drain. And so this is bearish on prices. This means prices will go down because demand is dropping. Now, a lot of people go, "Oh, well, can I get a Lagoon 450 for, half price?" No, it doesn't happen like that. And, in 2007, 2008, when we had the real estate bubble break and we had the stock market crash, it took time to sink in and for reality to hit the sellers' minds. And it actually took about 12 months, maybe 18 months to hit bottom after that, because they don't want to believe it. They want to think, oh yeah, well, I'm asking 400,000 for my boat. Yeah, I'll probably get 375. Well, no, the market's not there anymore, but they have the ability to hold on, or at least they did in 2009. But now, with everything happening, we do see prices going lower. I had a seller from Europe say, "Hey, I got to sell my 2019 Lagoon 40, like now, drop it by 20,000 euros." So yeah, things like that are happening. But one reason why you don't see huge drops, like in real estate, I've seen properties go to 50% of what they were asking before. But it doesn't really happen in yachts. And the reason for that is for twofold. Number one, you can move a yacht from an area of low demand, like, some remote island like the Seychelles, to an area of high demand where there are more buyers, where prices are higher. That's one reason why you don't see huge discounts. The other reason is that the catamarans also function as a living abode. So, it's actually the cheapest way that you can live if you are anchored out and you have an off-grid enabled vessel. You can't live any cheaper than that. And some cruisers say, "Man, we gotta try hard to spend more than 2,000 a month in living." The thing that jacks up your living expenses is living in expensive marinas and going out to eat every night and at expensive restaurants, and that'll get your budget way up. But in 07, 08, we initially saw prices drop, and prices did stay low for what I call the junk boats. Okay, these are the money pits. These are age 10 on up, and they're still they had some pretty big price reductions. But the ones that are desirable, meaning the hot listings, which I define as any catamaran 38 feet on up, owner version, max 3,000 to 4,000 engine hours, a name brand, not a semi-custom kit boat. Those don't qualify. But the hot listings actually held their value, and in a few cases where we had really popular models that were in reach of a lot of buyers, like these boats that are between, say, 250,000 and 300,000. You know, a lot of people can afford that. We actually saw buyers getting out of real estate and moving on to boats. And there was a little run on these type of boats. So, you know, actually I saw some prices firming for boats like the Leopard 39 owner versions that would come with factory air and gen. They stayed really firm and actually went up in a few cases. The Lagoon 400, which is another really good value boat, held firm around 250, 275, and you know they were selling briskly the whole time. And one other thing you must remember is that the yacht market, especially for catamarans, is a worldwide market. It's not like a localized real estate market that you may be familiar with. It is not as liquid. So, you know, for example, one of these condos behind me, you know, these are oceanfront condos. They go for between, you know, 800,000 and $1.5 million. And so how many people do you think are looking for that, who know about this place, which is a great place? Well, there's not that many in a year. Let's just say there's 2 or 3, you know? Well, so there's 2 sets of eyes on that particular building in this area for that priced condo, all right? Now, take a popular model like a Lagoon 450, you know, that's the hottest of the hot right now. And so if you have an owner version priced right, once it hits a certain threshold, we could have 20 people call the next day because there's maybe 100 or 200 sets of eyes watching that listing, watching for a price reduction, and then they want to pounce on it when it becomes a, you know, a hot listing, because when the price reduction comes. Because, you know, at any given time there could be 200 buyers in the world looking at this, and that because there's a lot of people in the world that know what this is and that are looking for something like that, unlike that condo back there, you see? So this is why the yacht market doesn't really respond quickly to these economic events that you would think would cause prices to go to half of what they were a year ago. It just doesn't happen that way. So what's going to happen from here is anybody's guess. I think this coronavirus is way overblown, and there's another agenda out there. They're doing something else that we don't really, it hasn't really been revealed. I've heard plenty of a lot of speculation about, you know, why this is happening, and I truly believe that there's something going on behind the scenes. It's all politically motivated, and I do think we're going to open up soon. You know, we're going to have the sequel to this next winter, you know, so be prepared for that. But when it opens up, we have, between me and my other brokers, we have 8 to 10 buyers waiting in the wings, ready to travel right now, ready to go make offers as soon as the airlines are able to fly to these overseas destinations, because of course that's where the deals are. And so what I'm saying is, if you're thinking about buying, you may want to think about getting a first option now, because the sellers have been very cooperative lately about extending the date. So if you make an offer that's accepted and you can't travel for the next 30, 60 days, they'll extend the dates, okay? And with the contracts we use, you can cancel the deal for any reason, including like if another better deal comes up. You just cancel the first deal, go for the second deal, but get a first option so that when it opens up, these other buyers that are waiting in the wings can't get the boat that you that looks like the best deal on the market right now. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a strategy to tie up a boat, get a first option, and be ready to pounce. Because, you know, if they have a currency reset, which I understand is in the works, it could be a big major thing. This whole economy could turn around really fast. And you know that the current administration wants it to turn around fast, because if they don't, well, they're going to not be elected next November. So they're working hard to turn this thing around. And if we dump the Federal Reserve dollar and go to a digital gold-backed new dollar, this whole thing could turn around overnight, big time. And I understand there could be big debt forgiveness out there too. If you had any kind of a bank loan, this will not apply to loans between private individuals, but anything with a bank could be forgiven. All right, so, well, that's all I know for now. And if you have questions, please contact me through my website, largecatamarantsforsale.com. I love questions, and smooth sailing.